Nothing good comes of a man with a clicker. And today, Jen and I are reading Love and Other Conspiracies by Marlowe. Marlowe. Are we sure?
I think so.
Okay, we're going to go with it. Mallory Marlowe. And this is our special episode of Jen's episode.
Yay.
I didn't like any of that.
Yeah, Mallory Marlowe.
Okay. Today, Jen and I are discussing Love and Conspiracies by Mallory Marlowe. What? I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my god, that was great.
Okay. Quote. And on this special episode, Jen's episode, we're discussing Love and Other Conspiracies by Mallory Marlowe.
I
Yeah?
love it. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back to the shit show.
Oh, your volume's gone down all of a sudden.
Oh no, I haven't done anything.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. If not, I can
Is it
tweak it on
better?
my end. Don't worry about it. Yes. Welcome back. It's been a few weeks. It's been a week. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I don't know.
think.
So, who's going first?
You can go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So, obviously, this book was on my TBR read because it's conspiracies and there's a shadow of a Bigfoot on the cover. So, obviously, I was going to read it at some point in my life, but not anytime soon. But then we were trying to find an episode for Jen's episode, and she sent this to me, and I was like, yes, let's do it. So, I started it, what was it, yesterday or the day before?
Ooh, that is a good question.
Yesterday.
That I do not know the answer to.
Recently, in the last day or two. And I was listening to it on audio, which I think it's one of these books that I would not have enjoy. We've not brought. Whew. The audio made all the difference in me accepting the narrative of this story. And I tell you why. Because I was watching my nephew yesterday and I couldn't do the audio. So I had the book from the library. And I was reading it and I was not as engaged with it when I had to read a chapter or two than I was with the narration. So that is why I say that. That's not to say that it's not good. It is. But the narrator makes all the difference.
And the narrator is Alex Fink, BTW. I've never heard of her, but I too really enjoyed her narration.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she did a really good job.
Yes. And of course, this hit all the things that make my heart happy. Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, X-Files, like all the things.
Mothman.
Yeah. Mothman, Jersey Devil, conspiracy theories, like just any kind of cryptide, to be honest. Area 51, JFK, like it was just, and I love what the author did is that she didn't, those things didn't take away from the story. Like you could go down a rabbit hole and like go into all the things. And I love that it didn't take away from the story, that it was just like the second narrative of the story because it's mostly about them.
Right.
I love that there was no miscommunication in this book at all. Like
Yeah.
that made my heart so happy because normally with contemporaries that happens and like that's not what happened here.
Yeah. I've noticed that and maybe it's something that I've just noticed because I don't like the miscommunication, but like I feel like more of the contemporary romance books that I've read, they're getting further away from miscommunication. Like there's been a few books where like they actually communicate like through what you think the problem is going to be, and then there's some other, thing that kind of happens and creates the discourse in the relationship or whatever. And I have so appreciated that.
Yes, that is good. That might actually make me, nope, that's a lie. That was going to be a lie.
It would
I was going to
definitely
say
be a
go
lot.
back to reading back to contemporary, but that's not
No,
the
you're not.
case. I'm not.
No.
Unless it's got Bigfoot in it, then I'll read it. And I did cackle. I cackled a lot I loved their banter. I loved, it was like the Molly to his Scully or Scully to his Mulder, like,
Yeah.
and the fact that that didn't diminish their relationship
Yeah.
because they had different beliefs on conspiracies. So I think it was cute. I think the only thing, if we're being nitpicky, I think the only thing that irritated me was Cade
Mhm.
and how she let him manipulate her.
Mhm.
And that, and this is just speculation, she sent the email of the,
Interview.
right, the interview to the champ dude and
Mhm.
Kevin, whatever his name is. And granted, the interview backed up her story, but it made me curious if other people had complained and they just didn't do anything about it. I don't know. I guess there was just a sense of disbelief that they immediately fired him within less than 24 hours of receiving the email.
I
I liked that, but I just think that it was just,
yeah, yeah, it was like a very abrupt conclusion to this like secondary
mhm,
plot, right? Yeah, I agree. I did not care for Cade at all, but of course, I mean that is kind of the point. Here was my here's what I liked about it. I think it shows I think it's very realistic that, you know, a young 22-year-old looking to try and, you know, I mean, good grief. I think at least most of the women that I'm friends with, we've all been there where it's like, we're in a position where we're naive to think this person actually is investing in us and like who we are and all the things, and they're going to help us get to the next build this brand together or whatever that would they think that would look like. And then behind closed doors are a totally different person. That is a great book, by the way, Behind Closed Doors by B.A. Paris. And I did really like that she didn't like just skim over the trauma that causes, because she second guesses so much of herself through the first like half of the book.
mhm,
And while I was reading it, I was like, girl, get it together. Like, he is a POS. Like, you have this amazing guy, you have this amazing show, like, get your shit together. But now that I've been away from the book for a few days, and like I kind of am thinking about like the relationship again, I actually like that the author leaned into that narrative, because I think like the emotional, mental abuse that anybody, men, women, days, whatever, like, that is just as difficult to get through as somebody who's like taken their hands to you. And I think she did a really good job of it not being the center of the story, but still being a very plausible storyline in the book.
those are some good points. I think that my issue is because she started off so confident and strong at the beginning because she's like, "I'm gonna get this. I know what I'm good at.
Right.
I know what to do." He just blacklisted me, and so that
Yeah.
was kind of the other side of the coin because that's how she started. Then all of a sudden, when that starts to come to fruition because she manifested it and they're doing great, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Well, no, I can't do it now," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"What? But you just did."
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I'm logically, I know all the things, and we could go totally on a rampage of all the things about Incendipossum and Cinderpapa.
Imposter syndrome.
Thank you,
You're
and all
welcome.
that stuff, but no, no. But now that you say that, I can, and it did help. I feel like it. And actually, that's a lie. I think whether or not that was there or not, they. I think the story would have still been good with or
Oh,
without him.
100%. Yeah, I agree. I think you could take the entire Cade like plot line out and it would still be a great story.
Yeah, and you could have just kept with the, "Oh, I've slept with the last person I worked with, and now I'm sleeping with this person." Although I kinda
Yeah.
didn't like that either.
No, I didn't either.
That was I
But I
mean,
mean,
he
it just shows how someone like him just manipulates the narrative to fit his narrative.
that's true. That is very true. That is so true.
Yeah.
I really liked Hayden, and I think he might be a
I
new book
love
boyfriend.
Yes! Oh my god, I love and I don't like I love the way the narrator narrated him.
Oh, yes. I
You
almost
know,
thought it was
like
2 people.
yes. Yes. Yeah.
That's how good she did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, she really did. Like I really love the difference in like the voices for the different characters and then the way she just like her cadence when Hayden was talking and the way he spoke where it was just it was soft but it was confident and
Mhm.
it like okay, you know what it made me think of? You know what he made me think of? He
Hmm.
reminded me of Ranger, where we were getting, like, fact fucked,
Yes.
you know, where I'm like, "Okay, now I'm getting conspiracy fucked." Like
That is a term I can get behind.
like, it gave me that same kind of like, "Oh my god, this kid is so cute and nerdy, but also, like, I'm getting turned on over here, and this is a problem."
Yeah. I mean, is it a problem, though?
Okay, that's fair. Maybe it's not a problem.
So, yeah, he's definitely a top book boyfriend now.
Yeah. I would like to possibly sit down and read it or maybe listen to it again. But yeah, it was super cute. I loved the way she narrated both of them, but especially Hayden. I love that he was steady throughout the book. Like there was no major like even when she was like, "Hey, I'm not going to do the finale. I think it's too much, you know, da 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 da." He was still very like steady Eddie, and I think that did a lot for her confidence. But then when the roles were reversed and he was the one that was like floundering in self doubt with his mom and her husband, then shit, what was her name? Haley. Hallie?
I think it's Hallie.
Yeah, it's Hallie. Then Hallie was the one that like instilled confidence in him and like boosted his own like I think she gave him like the ability to stand on his own 2 feet in front of his mom, even if they did smoke. Because that was fantastic.
That was hilarious.
Like when his mom came out and like they were having like this really sweet conversation and she's like trying to get him to stay and she's like, I have munchies. And he's like, why would I need munchies? And she's like, I grew up in the 70s. Get your ass in the house and come
Yeah.
have some munchies.
So that was another thing that now that you bring it up, I'm glad you brought it up. I forgot about it. That kind of irritated me because if she's been so disdained about everything so quickly, for all of his life, it doesn't make sense that one conversation from a stranger is going to change her mind.
Well, so I agree, but I'm going to counter that with she didn't realize the positive impact his work was doing in the world. And it wasn't until Hallie showed her, not the video, not the theories, but the impact it has on the people that listen, where she and her husband were like, "Oh, this isn't like they're traipsing through the woods for no reason. Like they
Mhm.
are like making this positive impact in people's lives." And I think that was the turning point. But I agree that these like little bumps in the road for them were like very quickly fixed.
Yes. And honestly, that just kind of says what a shitty parent she is if she only cares about that it's a positive influence. Because what if he wasn't influencing anybody? You still
Yeah.
should. Well, that's a whole other tangent. Whew, man, I feel like I'm aggressive today.
I like it. I like spicy Misty.
I'm gonna throw all the chili peppers in their faces. But again, those are just all nitpicky things.
Yeah, for sure.
Really, I really enjoyed it. You know, she has a sequel coming out. And
No, I didn't.
yeah, it's called Love at First Sighting. It's actually, I think, I'm making speculation here, but hold on. Let me look this up. It's not, let's see, Love at First Sighting, August 12th. It's Elle Martin, because I don't think we've met her, and Agent Carter Brody, who's a private intelligence sector.
Ooh, I like this.
What does she say? She doesn't expect the feelings to come from capturing footage of an unidentified flying thing, much less from the charming man in black who keeps following her around. So I think Agent Carter Brody is the man in black that they were hinting at in the first book.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm happy to read it. I love these books. And I especially love that the first one is around Bigfoot.
As soon as I saw the cover and it was Bigfoot, I was like, "Oh my god, this is what we need to read this month."
Right? Something funny, something light and fluffy for Jen. It
Yep,
was good.
it was good.
It was good. But I also kind of like back to what we were saying. I also like how the little bumps in the road didn't deter from their relationship.
Yeah, agreed. Yep, I feel like they were steady the whole time, which is a nice
Flow. I see you going like
something.
this. So it's like, is it flow? Is it
Like a nice
change of pace?
change. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
'Cause normally they have to split apart for so, and I mean, I like both. I like when it's done right. I do like both. I like the
Hmm.
ones where it's like they're steady eddies, they help each other, they work through the problem together, da da da. And then books, and I've talked about her before, Abby Jimenez. She does a lot of her books where like they're apart for like 6, 8, 9, 12 months, something like that. And I love the way she writes that because it's normally like helping one or both the characters reach like their own confidence or goals or whatever before they go back to the person they fell in love with. And I like it when that happens too, when it's done right.
Hmm.
So what did we think about the spice?
Yep. Did they even have sex on page? I don't think the sex was
Yeah.
on page.
Hmm.
Was it on page or was it off page? I know he fingered her, right? When
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
they're at his
Yeah.
parents' house, right? And or his mom's house, and she's like, I've never gotten off before,
Yes.
right? And
Right.
then they make out on the bridge, and then I don't even fucking remember any of that shit. That's not why I lived Bigfoot, okay? He had my
Well,
focus.
what's funny is I am 99% sure it was this book because I was listening to it and I swear it was I think there's only one spicy scene.
They're at the
Um
cabin, right? Because he makes bacon the next morning.
yes.
But I didn't think there was a lot of it on page,
I don't like it wasn't
detailed.
yeah, like it wasn't super explicit, but the way she wrote it, I was sweating. I liked it a lot. I was like, "Oh my
Oh,
god, this vanilla scene is really good."
yeah, so it's chapter 17. Go ahead and ask me how I know. Ask me.
How do you know?
Because I looked up the word condoms because he the next morning when he goes to the store to get bacon, he buys more condoms because he's like, at the rate that we're going to need more. And
Yes.
that's in chapter 18.
Yep.
So my research skills are coming in handy.
Woohoo. So yeah, I really like.
Or maybe it is just chapter 18, all of it.
I I think I think there was only one scene on page, like one like fully sex scene on page. Everything else wasn't the full home run. But I mean, I like that too.
I do too.
Like again, it goes back to you can have great vanilla sex scenes as
And they
long as
still be
it's done
hot.
right. Yes. Looking at you, Allie Hazelwood. She's really good at vanilla, like making vanilla scenes really hot, I think. What?
I'm just thinking about your conspiracy fucking, where she's like, shocked you're not thinking about Finland not existing right now. He's like, that. He began trailing his lips along my jaw down my throat is a very niche conspiracy theory that my little non believer, if I didn't know any better, and then she silenced him with a kiss.
Yes, yes. Like that was, I think that actually was the moment where I was like, oh my God, I'm getting conspiracy fucked now. But yeah, he reminded me a lot of Ranger.
Yes, I could see that. Yes. And so I think that speaks to the writing of the author that you can have this romance with this banter and this really great chemistry and nothing really happens.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
I didn't even pay attention to that because that's not
That wasn't like
that's
the point.
yeah, and it wasn't taking away from the story. Granted, it did add to the story a little bit because it took their relationship to the next level, but even after that, it's like it didn't change anything except for now that they're intimate. And she's like, now I
Right.
can, I don't have to hold myself back anymore.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say that she was smart with how she opened the book, or at least what Hallie did of taking him on a ghost tour and then he's getting frustrated and like correcting
Yes.
everything.
Gary.
And she's like, this was the worst idea ever. And later on, you find out that he actually really enjoyed it.
Loved it. Yes. Yep. Yeah, that was great.
It was I think the way that she opened it and making one of them be a non-believer is,
Mhm.
I think, what really captivated me because, when she first finds him, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't believe in any of this, but I'm enthralled. I can now understand
I
why
can't
people
turn it
cannot change
off.
the channel because I can't change
Yes.
the channel. I need to know how they're going to justify this."
Yeah. Yeah.
And that just spoke to my little conspiracy theory heart just so much.
Yeah.
She's sitting there
Well, and I
eating her
just
noodles at 2 o'clock in the morning.
yeah, I loved it. I loved their relationship so much. And it's because Hayden was just so like I keep using the word steady, but like that's the best word I can think of it. Like he was just, the anchor to the book, I feel like.
Mhm.
And she's like rocking and like going back and forth and you have all of this like inner turmoil and that kind of thing where he's just like, you know what? I really like this chick and I'm going to do this thing and this is what I love and that's fine. Now
Mhm.
granted, you don't, it's not dual point of view, so you're only getting her point of view. So that might be part of what causes him to feel so steady is you're not hearing his inner monologue, you're not getting that
Mhm.
turmoil.
Or him freaking out internally.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I think it worked. Typically, I prefer books with dual point of view, but I think it worked really, really well here.
Yes. Yeah, it did. There might be some scenes where I would want his perspective, but not
Yeah.
all of
Yeah, of
them.
course. Yeah.
I would definitely love his perspective about the ghost tour.
Like that would
And
be a cute bonus
probably,
scene.
yeah, and probably his perspective of when they share the bed for the first time and we learn later that he
Oh,
knows. I think that would be a really good.
like where he realizes that she woke up, but she thinks he's still asleep. That scene.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god. He's like laying there super still, trying to breathe correctly. He's like, oh my god,
Yes.
the woman I'm falling in love with has fallen asleep on me, but she's gonna freak out if she knows I'm awake. So I'm just gonna be as still as possible,
Yeah.
so she doesn't realize that I'm awake.
And then the only other scene that I would like his perspective is when she's sick.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Does your bed smell like you?" And he's like, "Is that a selling point?" And she's like, "Yeah." I would just love.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that while she's asleep or whatever, she's probably mumbling shit and he's just sitting there just cackling or just like, "Isn't she just
Mhm.
adorable?"
Yeah.
I think those scenes would be cute.
Agreed.
And probably the last one when he sees her show up.
Mhm.
Those 4. So if you listen to this, Mallory, we would love those 4 scenes. They
Yep.
don't even have to be very long.
No.
Not at all. Are we ready to rate?
Yeah. I was just about to ask the same question.
We're connected, Jen.
We are.
Okay, so what's first? Darkness? Obviously, it's a feather.
Yeah.
And then spicy.
I think we could probably get away with a bell pepper. Or is it technically one because there is sex on the page?
There's sex on the. I don't know. Who created this dang scale? They should know.
Us. We created the scale. That's the problem. Is every time we do this, we have to go back to the scale and be like, what are we doing?
I think it has to be. I think it has to be one because there. I think the one pepper is less than 3 scenes.
I think you're right. I like it. We're gonna go with it.
I'm looking at. Oh, I think this is my favorite part of us.
Us trying to rate things when we forget half of the time what
Yeah.
our scale is.
Okay, so bell pepper is off page, so it can't be a bell pepper. One pepper is
Okay.
teasing and suggestive. Two peppers is lightly descriptive. And three peppers is making us sweat. So it could technically
Okay, so
be.
two peppers.
We do say 3 to 4 scenes with two peppers, but
Well, I think we hit three scenes, but it's just not sex. Like it's not sex. It's sex leading up to sex.
so that's probably going to be an episode of what's not. It's not sex sex. It's leading up to sex. That's going to be the title. It's not sex sex. Okay.
It's sex leading up to sex.
Foreplay. Isn't that called
Foreplay.
foreplay?
Forgot that word existed.
I just made that word up, okay?
Oops.
That was great. I like two peppers. I like two because it's lightly descriptive. I can go with that.
I like two peppers too.
Sorry. Whew. Okay. Overall, what are you going to give it?
4 stars?
I'm stuck. I
For
want to give it
what?
5 stars,
Okay.
but I think the only reason why I want to give it 5 stars is because of conspiracies, and then it should just be 4 stars, like you're saying. So maybe what I should say is I want to
Why?
give it 3, but it
Why?
should be 4. What?
Why aren't we what's missing that's not we're both sitting here at 4 instead of 5? Is it the Cade thing?
No. That's a good question. Why do we both say 4 and not give it a 5? Because the thing that pushes the 5 for me is the conspiracies. But if you take the conspiracy theories out,
You lose the entire book. You can't do that.
no, I'm just saying, like, what if they were doing like private investigations, right? They're out doing things. Like, it's still the whole concept, just the thing that they're recording is different.
Okay.
If we took conspiracy theories out, I would probably give it a 2, maybe a 3.
You'd give it a 3.
I'd give it a 3. I know you're right. So, what makes it a 4? It, hated makes it a 4.
Mhm.
The banter, the
Mhm.
chemistry.
Cade getting the can.
I think it's too sweet.
Oh, that would make sense for us.
I think it might be just too sweet. There's nothing wrong with it. There's not a to carry it over
Yeah.
that last. that last thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's still, I mean, like 100% recommend.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to buy the
Yeah,
book. It needs to go on my shelf because, it's great.
I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's just too, even though it hits most of our that's so weird, right? Like it hits all of our check boxes. Hmm. Hmm. Now I've got to ponder this. I guess because in our rating scale, 5 is like, that really surprised me. Nothing in this book surprised me.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think
I
actually,
wasn't
yeah,
shocked
I
by
agree with that.
anything.
I would say like to get to 5, like surprise, or I think there's just something that like takes it over the top. Like most of the time for me, I feel like we've been doing this long enough. Like I feel for me, it's my connection with the characters. Like what
Hmm.
the more I relate to the characters, the higher I'm going to rate it, because that's just kind of how I've realized I do things. But for yeah, for this one, I loved the story. I really enjoyed it. But and I might read it again, maybe.
I would definitely, like, if I'm doing the dishes and I don't have anything else, I might listen to the audio.
I might listen to chapter 17.
18. It's chapter 18. I had to confirm I was in the wrong chapter. Chapter
Thank you.
18. You're welcome. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, great book. Highly recommend. But yeah, I
Excited
think
about the sequel.
it's
I'll listen to the
excited
sequel.
about the sequel. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Awesome. Well, listeners, thank you so much for listening on this episode. We would love to hear what you thought about this book if you've read it. Is there another conspiracy theory book out there, whether it's dark romance, contemporary romance, that you've read that you think we would enjoy? Let us know. Tag us on Instagram at Bones of the Story, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining us on the journey into the shadows of love, where dark romance stories come to light.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Bones of the Story as much as we did. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Your feedback means the world to us.
And to stay updated on all things dark romance, follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
We'd also love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, ideas, or even your own dark romance stories with us. Drop us a line at bonesofthestory@gmail.com.
Remember, our next tantalizing episode is just around the corner, so keep your hearts open and your senses sharp.
Until then, embrace the darkness and let the stories continue to stir your deepest desires.
This is Misty
And Jenn,
signing off
from Bones of the Story.